Hello and welcome to another review of new cards. Today we're looking at the two new Skellige cards. And let's do this one first because I've read this one. We'll do the common first. And I haven't read the legendary yet, even though I had it on screen. It's always fun to have one I've read because it gets posted before the stream begins, and one I haven't read. We'll start here. Little Havfrue. 6 for 4. Deploy, bonded. Increases card's base power by 2. So bonded gives you 8 points. Order, damage self by 4, and spawn rain on the for 2 turns on the enemy row. I like this card a lot. It is it's just strictly better bear, better than an elder bear. Gives you a little bit more value. I'll probably run it as a 6 for 4 in different decks. Maybe it makes Casino Lippy. It is definitely a little bit weaker against Duchess format, so maybe I'll be sticking with the Bears in Casino Lippy, but it's a genuinely wonderful card. I thought somebody's Reddit comment really summed it up when they were saying, why would CDPR ever print this card when it gives you rain but clearly works better with Battle Trance and a self-heal? My answer is because of that. Skellige already does a great job with leader abilities that aren't sorted as easily into different categories. Monsters is this kind of like a good place to be where you just pick the leader that corresponds with your deck. If you're running Frost, pick the Frost leader with the new Wild Hunt buff. If I'm playing Relics, I'm probably picking Force of Nature. If I'm playing Deathwish, I'm picking Overwhelming Hunger. That's a very linear way. But the highest tier you can get to where factions like Scoia'tael and Skellige is the place where you don't necessarily want to pick the leader you think you want. Well, you might say, I want to run a control deck. Do I want Precision Strike or Guerrilla Tactics? And for the best of them all, though, is Skellige, which you say, we have these moments where, like, do I want to run Battle Trance of Witchers? Or do I want to run Reckless Flurry, Patricidal Fury, etc.? That's where things get good. And this card really helps out with that. This says, look, if you are running Battle Trance and you want to run this Druid-based thing and use Rain from Bride of the Sea to get back your Alchemy cards, you don't actually have to worry too much about things like Tears of the Siren, which is an okay card. You can play this little Havru, player out, wait a turn, clicker. Now you're at 2 ticks of Rain, so you're at 6. Then you can smack down your Bride of the Sea, get your Giga Scorpion out, get your Trial of the Grasses back out, and go to town. I genuinely like this card. I think it's one of the better designed commons. Is it broken? No. It's bonded, which is nice. It helps out the mushy truffle. I think that's what it's called. So, but all in all, I really like this card. I'm glad it's designed. I'm glad it's part of the game. It has that feel of Skellige that makes it one of the hardest, in my opinion, actually the single hardest faction to build for. Another card that's blurred, has its hands in many different archetypes. And you sit there and look at it and say, wow, what should I run it with? Should I be running this with the Havru Singer so I can play little Havru, put her out, wait a turn, click, trade in the 4 points, basically damage on the self for 2 rounds of rain. So it's an even trade. And then, Singer comes out, heals her up, and now Singer's at 8. Little Havru still damaged, and then I can set up some healing for her to get 2 more ticks off the Singer. I just think it's really cool. Or maybe I'm running her in a self-damage Witcher-oriented deck, splashing the Bride of the Sea for 2 rounds of Trial of Grasses, because I'm going to also run Little Havru to enable the Bride of the Sea. There's a lot of cool stuff here. I really like this card. 10 out of 10 on the design. Is it broken? No. Will you see play in the top tier meta decks? Maybe not. But it is a card that promotes interesting deck building and warms my soul. Excellent. And Brenda's, we're good to see you here. Just talking new cards. Now, I have not read this card. So we'll see. A little blur. 5 for 13. Fucusya? Something like that. Thanks for giving me a Fucusya briefs up in here. 5 for 13. Deploy. Play a Skellige unit from your graveyard with provision cost 10 or less and give it doomed. Ooh! Spawn rain on the opposite row with a duration equal to the unused provision. Ooh! Play, not summon. Play. Oh my gosh. Well, this is my first time reading the card. Again, usually one card gets spoiled after the stream start, one usually gets spoiled ahead. So I read the first one. I read my Havru singer, or Little Havfrue, pardon me. And I've not read you. Oh man, what can I do with you? You so ooh, yeah, you got. Thank you, Philip J. Fry. You're picking up what I'm laying down. Good at getting a 4-cost card. I don't know if I want a 4-cost. Maybe I do want a 4-cost card. Wow, this card seems really good. So let's just say spawn. So, woo! Every time I read it, it just somehow gets better. Dang, it's really nasty. Okay, hold on. So let's go over the deck builder. Let me pull up all the possible units here. Okay, so I need Skellige. Card type is unit. Okay. 10, 9. It's okay. So first things first, I can replay deploy. So I can replay something like Morkvarg. So it can be a 5. Someone get back your Morkvarg in round 3. That's really good. Bring back Junod with 2 points of range, and you add 5 points to it. Oh my gosh. This card's really good. Like, let's see. What else do I want to bring back? Seems actually maybe even like... Nah, I wouldn't want to play. When you were looking for cards you want to play in round 1 and then play again in round 3. I mean, you could bring back Axel. Like, that's not the worst option. She's a druid, I bet, right? No, she's a beast. She's a beast. Well, it still works really well with Axel. Bring back Axel, spawn rain for 3 turns, and have Axel buff as a 6 for 7 guaranteed, and block in every other buff. Okay. And then, like, I think the other thing that somebody pointed out in the chat was Jangles pointed out, what if you bring just a 4? What if you just bring back a very casual 4? So, what's a good 4 we can bring back? Brookvar Hunter. Nah, you probably want something self-buffing, because your rain's going to deal a lot of damage. But something... Let's say I bring an Armor Dracker. So, it would be 6 rounds of rain, which is 12 points, plus 5, plus 4. Tons of range, 12, 4, 16, 20 something. Wow. Wow. So good. And the Melusine thing, which I didn't call out, but it gives it Doomed, which is not exactly a big deal for Melusine, who has Veil. And you can bring back Draco Turtle. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Wow, what a monster of a card. More Dogger 2 Blades is a good call out there, Beef. I think that's not bad. Play Dogger 2 Blades round 1. If Covenant of Steel Protection, bring it back. Can I? Hold on. Okay. Crazy Degenerate deck. Memes are already flying in my mind. This thing seems awesome. Let me go ahead and bring it up. I can use it with Sienna to instantly bring back Arnagad combo in round 3 after using it in round 1 to close it out. Right, because I can use Covenant of Steel. Or bring back Covenant of Steel of Right. Recast Right off of Bride of the Sea plus Rage of the Sea Leader ability. And then instantly go into I can do yeah, I guess I don't even have to do really much work. I can just go into her and get back the Arnagad or Succrest, whichever one I missed. So it'll probably be Covenant, Arnagad, or Succrest, then Arnagad comes back and I get to deploy off to reset up the combo, or use her Sienna. I mean, it's the exact same thing, Dana, in terms of the Sienna. You just get to use this whole ability twice. Spawn rain equal to the unused. This is all part of the same deploy ability, even though it's 2 sentences. I think Preschool, I think this is a big deal. I think this is really, 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 really good. I think it's really good. The only thing is, it's really bad in a round where they don't kill your stuff. But I think you just run her alongside Melusine. So even if they don't kill your stuff, just bring back the Melusine. Or a Draco Turtle. That works as well. I think it's very good. And 13 is a lot. I agree with you, Preschool Girl. But this is the strong enough effect that will win you games. Just straight up. Straight up. And 1 or, yep. Amen to that. I can't wait to see Fuchsia Brief's deck using Sienna. Because that's where this is coming to. Yeah, I think this is a real deal. That's really strong. Really, really strong. Skellige looking great. Liking this, guys. I'm liking this. Liking this a lot. I'm not really sure what the beast is, though, if that makes sense. I don't know which one of these is this. Is it all? Is it like a pack of them? Because it's definitely not the dude who's just chilling here. Are they bringing him back to life? I don't know the lore. This could fight Simless decks. How so? What do you mean by that, gang? I think this card's very, very good. It excites me. Rage of the Sea or Battle Trance? Louis, I think it just goes back to the thing I said earlier in terms of Skellige having the hardest deck building, and I don't know. Depends on what you're going for. You'll see this played of all kinds of fun leader abilities. This is what Blue Boy dreams about. Ah, interesting. Siren? Okay, I got it. I think this is so good. I really like it. I really like it. I can't bring back Lippy. Once upon a time, I bet I could have. Lippy, was Lippy 12 now or 11? Like, once upon a time, I could have double Lippy'd. Anything else worth it? I could combi 3 times in a game. Combi 4 times in a game if I was going really ambitious. Probably won't. Probably won't. Anything else I'm missing? You can do some dumb stuff, I bet, of bringing back Bride of the Sea. I don't know if the rain comes down first, because the rain comes first, I can really bring stuff back. Yeah, it's just a sick card. Jeez. We may all come to hate not having weather interaction, unless the neutrals give us some in this this set. We're starting to approach a world where weather is becoming an issue. Like, if I go to Roafax 9, Ragnaru is playable as a 12 for 9. Very playable, actually. And then multiple Maddox. We have the Rise of Frost. I think we're starting to enter the world where I really want some weather interaction. That's my hope. But, all in all, one thing I can say for certain, it doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Once again, Skellige just gets some of the coolest and most well-designed cards in any set. Melusine, Havru Singer, Hermit, Offering of the Sea, all aged well as interesting, neat cards that are good to have in the game. Comes a great design. Once, if we go back to the original, Fulmer might not have aged as well as I would like, but Bride of the Sea and Bride of the Sea in particular stands out as a great design in the long run. Skellige has had a long history of getting, without a doubt, some of the coolest possible cards in Little Havfrue and Fucusya. Once again, remind us that this is so sick, and Skellige gets great designs, and I cannot speak highly enough to CDPR in terms of how to design Skellige. It is, without a doubt, the best design faction, in my opinion, in the game. Slightly behind it are going to be Monsters and Nilfgaards, but by far, overall, best design, Skellige. Why it's so hard to deck build. It's why I really like deck building for the faction, because every time I sit there, I feel like I'm bashing my head into a wall, not knowing where to begin, but I also know if I have a dream, Skellige could probably make it come true. Let me know what you guys think below. I love all of you, and I'll see you soon. Shout out to Pseudonym81, McGrandar, and Ahmed Ali for all their generous support on Patreon.